everyone to my channel Syncru, and I'm here with a new topic, that is Fayol's principles of management. In my previous video, we have seen about the scientific principles and the techniques which were coined by F.W. Taylor. Today we will see the Fayol's principles of management. Before turning to the principles of management given by Fayol, let us see the history of Henry Fayol. See, Henry Fayol was born in 1841. He got his degree in mining engineering and worked as an engineer in coal mining company. He was promoted to managing director when company was in situation of insolvency. But he worked at that challenge, or he took that challenge and applied his managerial techniques to bring out the company from that situation. He succeeded, and when he got retired, it was a leading coal steel company with a strong financial base. So what were the techniques or what the managerial techniques he applied that the company got into a leading coal steel company when he got retired? That is why he is called, or he is famous as father of management studies and thoughts. He introduced the major functions of management, that is planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. These are the most and the major functions of management which we all study now. And it was coined by none other than Henry Fayol. He also developed 14 principles of management which act as guidelines for managers to perform managerial functions. These 14 principles of management are studied all over the world. And today we will see 7 out of these 14 principles. Other 7 we will see in my next video. So let us begin. What are these principles of management are? The first one is your principle of division of work. See, according to this principle, whole work should be divided into small units or jobs. Instead of assigning whole work to one person, one job or one unit should be assigned to one person according to his qualification, capabilities and experience. So division of work here says that instead of giving whole work to a particular person, the work should be divided into small tasks or units, and one task and one unit should be given to one person, so that according to his qualification, capabilities and experience. Okay, if he is performing that part of job again and again in which he is specialized or he has an experience or qualification, then he become specialized or perfect in that, and it will improve the efficiency of that person. So Fayol said that only the factory work, but the technical, managerial as well as the skill job should also be divided into small segments for specialization. So this is what your principle of division of work is mean. Division of work provides with the specialization and improvement of efficiency. A company employee or a person or a worker becomes specialized in particular job, and it also increases the efficiency of that person, which results in less wastage of resources. So this is what your principle of division of work says. Next one is principle of authority and responsibility. See, authority means power to take decision, and responsibility means obligation to complete the job assigned on time. So according to this principle, there must be a balance between authority and responsibility. Excess authority without matching responsibility may bring the negative results, while excess responsibility without matching authority will result in delay in completion of work by the workers. So this principle clearly says that there should be a balance between authority and responsibility. For example, if a person is given to produce 200 units in 1 week of time, but he is not given the authority to purchase goods or purchase raw materials. So if there is no material available in the storeroom, he cannot complete his target of producing 200 units. So the worker cannot be blamed for not completing the work on time, because he was given the responsibility but not the necessary authority to carry out his work. So excess of responsibility with less authority results in non-completion of job. So that is why Fayol insisted on having a balance between authority and responsibility. This is what your principle of authority and responsibility says. Now let us see the next one. Unity of direction. See, according to this principle, one unit means one plan. And that is all the efforts of the members and employees of an organization must be directed towards the achievement of that common goal. If this principle is applied, it results in coordination. For example, if an organization is producing different lines of products, for example, cosmetics, medicines, food items, etc., and each product has different business environment and its market. So each division must plan its target, and every employee of that division must put his efforts towards the achievement of that plan for their division under the direction of one head only. So basically it means that one unit should have one plan. For example, if one department is there, then that department in a business organization, there are various departments. So each department has its departmental plans. So all the employees in that department should work to accomplish or to achieve that department goal. Because once all the department achieve their department goal, then it automatically results in achievement of that common goal. So that is what your unity of direction says, that according to this principle, one unit means one plan. Each unit, each division, each product should have its own plan, and that plan should be achieved by directing the efforts of all the employees in that direction. So this is what your unity of direction means. Next comes principle of discipline. Discipline refers to general rules, regulations for systematic work in an organization. Discipline does not only mean rules and regulation, but it also means developing commitment in the employees towards work as well as towards each other. And that discipline brings respect for each other in an organization. Disciplinary rule applies to both, to subordinates also and to superiors also. Okay, so disciplinary rules, there should be no bias in this system. Okay, for example, if the employees must honor their commitment towards the work in the organization, same goes for the superiors also. They should also meet their commitments by meeting with their promises of increments, promotions, wage revisions, etc. So this is what your principle of discipline says. The next one is principle of unity of command. According to this principle, an employee should receive orders from one boss only. Because if he receives orders from more than one boss, it will create confusion in his mind to whose orders must be executed first. As well as he too gets an excuse of not performing a work by saying that he was busy in doing the work of some other boss. So what does the principle of unity of command says, that that particular employee should receive order from one boss only, not from many bosses. Okay, for example, if employee of production department is asked to slow down the production activities to maintain the quality standard, but on the other side your production in charge or the sale in charge instruct that you have to speed up your production, production activity. So what it results, that person gets confused that whether I should listen to that person or listen to that person. Someone is saying to slow down the production activity and someone is saying speed up the production activity. So that the production in charge person gets confused that whose order should be followed, and this results in no work. So what does the principle of unity of command says, that only one order should be received from one boss only. An employee should receive order from one boss only, so that there is no confusion in the mind of the employee as well as the work is completed on time. Okay, now let us see the next one. Your next is principle of remuneration of persons. According to this principle, employee in the organization must be paid fairly and adequately to give them maximum satisfaction. If they are underpaid, it will demotivate them and it will lead to increase in employees turnover. Employees turnover means the employees are leaving the organization at a frequent time. So this is what your employees turnover means. Dissatisfaction, and that dissatisfaction only increase in that employee turnover. So the fair wage is determined. The organization has to determine what does a fair wage means. A fair wage basically depends on three things. First one is your financial capacity of the concern. Second, by keeping in mind the Minimum Wage Act. And the third is the wages and the salaries paid by the competitors. If an employee sees or the worker sees that they are paid very less in compared to the other companies of the same field, then they tend to leave the organization and they shift to the another organization, resulting in employees turnover. So an organization has to find out its fair wage, and that fair wage has to be paid to the employees so that they are not demotivated and does not increase the company's employees turnover. So this is what your principle of remuneration of person says. Next is subordination of individual interest to general interest. According to this principle, the interest of the organization must come first in respect of interest of individuals or employees. The goal of organization must not be sacrificed because individuals can achieve their goal only if organization prospers and grows. So this principle says what, that the interest of the organization comes first. It comes first before the interest of individuals or employees. If there is reconcilement, if a manager can reconcile both the individual's interest, then it is okay. But if it is very difficult to reconcile both the interest, then organization interest should supersede the interest of individuals or employees. In no other circumstance or in any circumstance, organization's interest must not be sacrificed. Only individuals or the employee's interest can be sacrificed, but organization's goal cannot be sacrificed. Because, for example, in a simple example I will give you, if an individual objective is to earn more remuneration, an organization is going through the situation of financial crisis, then how can he earn the more remuneration? And has the objective of cutting down the expenses. Okay, if an individual objective is to earn more remuneration, an organization is going through the financial crisis and has the objective of cutting down the expenses, so in this situation, the individual must sacrifice his interest. As and when organization will come out of this financial crisis, then he can achieve his objective. It is fair or not? If an organization is going through an economic crisis, it is not earning more, and you want to earn more remuneration, how can it be possible? So an employee should sacrifice his interest, but because if an organization comes on the track, earns more, then he can satisfy his objective at that point of time. So that is what has been said in this principle, that interest of the organization must come first in respect of the interest of individuals or employees. So these were the 7 principles of management. In my next video, we will see the other 7 principles. I hope you have enjoyed my video. If you have enjoyed, please like, share and subscribe to my channel, Synchro. Till now, thank you.